left to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you left me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Once you pandemonium.
Hello my friends, welcome to another week. A hopefully relaxing week. Last week was crazy busy. The weekend was great. We had friends out, but it was tiring as an introvert. A lot of people time equals one tired person. So today, intentionally, I made today a rest day. We didn't do any homeschool. I've been chilling a little bit and editing videos, mostly relaxing, kind of trying to balance the consumption side versus the creation side. I find I really need that balance. Like, I could spend an entire day reading a book, but then like the next day I need to be creating. Ideally I can balance it throughout a day, but that's not necessarily how it works out. Sometimes it's like heavy on one side and the other day is heavy on another. So today I'm just like flipping back and forth between a little bit of time creating and then a little bit of time consuming, and it's working out really well. So last week I barely had a chance to read anything because it was a crazy week. This week I hope to do the opposite. So instead of having balance within a day or within 2 days, it's gonna balance out through 2 weeks here. So I'm currently listening to an audiobook. It's called Sky of Seven Colors. I'll put up a picture. This is the first audiobook I've listened to since we kind of unpacked the house. I have a love-hate relationship with audiobooks. I'm not usually in the mood for it. Every now and then I am, and because I listen to so many while packing and unpacking and everything, I got a little burnt out, but I'm ready for an audiobook. I'm really enjoying it. I am, how far? I've been listening to it a little bit throughout the day as I like played some Stardew Valley and stuff. I'm pretty much 32%, just about 4 hours in with 8 hours left, a little bit more than 8 hours left. So really enjoying it. It's a portal fantasy story where this girl gets taken into this other world and gets told that she fulfills a prophecy and needs to marry their king, even though she's in love with someone in the real world. Yeah, and this author is releasing another book with Enclave. Oh man, I just shared the cover reveal. I feel like it's next year sometime. And so I wanted to read her debut. I think Sky of Seven Colors is her debut. I wanted to read that first. So far, really enjoying it. I'm also enjoying Lethal Kings. I have been very slowly reading that on ebook, but I'm going to be picking that up more this week and hopefully finishing that. I have still been doing that debate, that inner debate. Do I buy a Kindle? Do I buy a Kobo? My plan is probably to do this on Black Friday because I'm assuming that's the next time they'll both go on sale. I was really heavily leaning Kindle. If you watched the video I did a while ago on my book channel about that. But in the last week, I think I flip-flopped over to Kobo, and I think I want the, oh, I forget what it's called, Kobo Libra. And you can get a stylus and you can like annotate the book, and the one I want is in color, so you can see color, and it's obviously more expensive and it has a little bit more stuff to it. It's got the page turning buttons, but I think that is probably the best one for me, because then I can get library books, because here in Canada we can't get library books on Kindle, and then I can annotate books and I can put books that I get ARCs for on there, and I might just be turning into an ebook reader. I did an unhaul video that I shared on my book channel just recently, and before that video even went live, I was motivated to purge even more books. So there will be another unhaul coming soon. Apparently I'm just in an ebook mood, and I want to be an ebook reader because books are expensive and take up a lot of space and are really heavy to move, and not that we plan on moving anytime soon, but I feel like for the next time I don't want as many books. Speaking of like ARCs and ebooks and stuff like that, one of the things that I've been doing or am a part of right now is judging a writing contest. So it's the Aurora contest. It's put on by Realm Makers and it's for unpublished authors. So today's the deadline to get in the first stories that are sent to you. I did mine like pretty much right at the beginning, so tomorrow I should be getting the next set of stories. The first set we got the first 2,500 words of stories, and then I think, are we getting 5,000 or 7,000 this next time? I'm not sure. Very curious. It's very interesting to read works by people that are unpublished. And this, when I was reading the ones that I had to judge, I was thinking about how if I had to get a job, I would definitely like to be in acquisitions in a publishing house. And Rika and I have even talked about how we would like to start a publishing house at some point. Not near future, but maybe at some point. She loves editing, so that'd be fun. But anyway, because I've been relaxing, I have just over 2,000 steps and it's 3:20. So before getting the little one from the bus stop, I'm gonna go for a walk, enjoy the outdoors, maybe listen to more of my book. So yeah, need to get some steps in yet today. But welcome to the video. Don't really know what we're gonna get up to this week. So we'll see together.
Train ride just to see you, ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
Today I'm feeling a little bit antsy. I want to get out and do something. This is what staying at home for a day does to me. But this is really crooked. Maybe that's slightly better. But I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I had a couple ideas and I ran it past my 2 kids that are home right now, and they didn't want to do either of those. So either I'm going to do something on my own or I'll figure out something that they want to do. One of the things I really wanted to do, well, one was go for a walk by the creek. Definitely an option, but no one was on board with that. The second option is to go to some little free libraries. I've only been to one, the one we went to last night, which had nothing in it, since we've lived here, and I'm pretty sure there's more than just one in Edmonton, so that's what I'm all of a sudden itching to do. I don't really know if there's any on my side of town or like enough. Well, I don't know how many. So I have some videos to film for my book channel and for my Patreon that I'm gonna get going with, I think. And then I'm gonna decide after that what I'm in the mood for. But as of right now, I think I'm in the mood to go to some little free libraries. I did a book unhaul that I talked about already. I mentioned that yesterday, I think, over on my book channel last week. So I have a bunch of books that can go. Some of them I'm going to bring to used bookstores, but some of them are like not great quality, or I just don't think they'll really take them. So those are perfect for little free libraries. So I'm going to grab a stack, put those aside for that, and I'm leaning towards doing that, but we'll see how long my other videos take to film and if I still feel inspired or not after that. That's what I'm leaning towards. I almost thought little free library one wasn't even a thing. It is, but someone has been looking at it for the last little bit and I felt weird going, so I'm waiting till she moves and then I'll bring my books there. I'm actually hoping to not actually find anything. What I really want to do is just get rid of books. Or if I find something, I hope it's a kid's book I could use for crafting or something. I'm trying to get rid of books. That's my ultimate goal here. And she left, so now we can go check this place out.
Just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. Swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt.
There's a book here that I had to read in university that I hated. Would not recommend. Highly not recommend. Don't read that one. There's a lot of books in here though.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak, but I know you're stronger than what you think. And I know it's hard. It's rough, but we'll make it through, and I'll back you up. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. I'll follow you through the and the blue. Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death. You tell me you're nervous. You say you're afraid. I wish you could see that. I think you're brave, and if it all falls, if it all breaks, I'll still be here. We'll fix these mistakes. Wherever you're going.
Okay, super successful outing. I got rid of all my books. I think I brought 10 or 12, all gone, and I only got a couple things. The first thing was this easy coloring book for adults. My 4-year-old actually likes to watercolor paint in coloring books, so I thought this would be great for that. So this is consumable. She will be done this within the month, so easy enough to grab. I did find one magazine, a National Geographic, from 1986. That's the year I was born, not the same month. I might, oh yeah, there's like a cool map in here. I'm gonna use a little bit of this in, I started a new crafty, collagey, random journal that I might share at some point. I shared a clip last week because I did a blackout poem in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna use a few pages from here in that. So both of those are just consumable and will be gone soon. I found a picture book, Llama Llama Red Pajama. This was a favorite in this house. Hopefully all the pages are actually in here. And then what happened is we sent it along. I think the last time our foster kids went back to family, and it never came back. Nothing ever comes back. Nothing ever comes back. So it's good to own this again because this was a favorite. We've read it so many times. And then the one book I found for myself is an Anthony Trollope, The Warden. I would like to read some Trollope. I have one other book by him on my shelf that I have not read. And classics I'm just trying to collect as I go so that when I'm ready for them, they're available. I don't know anything about it. So, tells the story of Mr. Harding, an elderly clergyman, warden of an almshouse for old men. I have no idea, but overall, very successful. I toured a couple different areas around. I love this city so very much. The trees, the trees, the trees. Some of the areas I went in were like massive houses. Some of them were like smaller houses. But the trees, no matter where you go, the trees. Love it. So very successful, very much the outing that I needed. So I'm thankful that I went and got a couple little things. Ephraim already wants to read this one. He didn't want me to come do this video because he wanted to read it. So I'll go downstairs and pass over 2 books already.
In a world of green, just like a dream, you and I standing wild and free, with petals so golden, the sun's warm kiss, a love so strong, a bliss. Whispers of the breeze, secrets unfold. It's you that I need, it's you that I want. When the world gets cold, it's you and me. When the sun comes back, you'll see. Oh, dear delight.
Welcome to another day of balancing creativity and consumption. This morning we spent the morning homeschooling, as we mostly do. Not really sure where that falls. It's not creativity or consumption, but it takes a lot out of me. For my afternoon and evening, I have a video to edit, creativity. I was told last week's video just went live today, and someone mentioned a cozy game called Cozy Grove. It sounded amazing. It was on sale, so I bought it for the Switch. So consumption, I would like to read. Can you tell that I'm a bookworm? I would like to try that out this afternoon. I would like to read a bit too, because we're doing the Patreon page count reading challenge and I haven't read a ton yet. And then another creativity thing, I shared a clip of my additional new creative sketchbook, notebook, journal type thing. It doesn't really have an official name. It's very much inspired by Austin Kleon. He keeps kind of a couple different daily notebooks and journals. Quick little 4-year-old interruption. Yeah, so it's just a notebook for a little bit more of a creative outlet than my pocket journal, which I'm still loving and using. But for the days where I have some extra creativity, so I made what are these pages called? They have a name, and I'm blanking. The spread at the beginning, whatever those are called, I did that. I started this August 22nd, and I haven't used it much. I was originally thinking I would use it as a mixed media commonplace journal. I still love my normal commonplace notebook that's just basic. So I just threw down a bunch of random stuff that I had and a quote from the Brant Hansen book I was reading at the time. And I stuck down a part of a name tag and haven't finished this page yet. Then I decided, nothing wrong with this, I might do some of this, but this isn't going to be like the official use of this book. A video or 2 ago, I think it was in the last one. Yeah, that would make sense. I shared a quick little snapshot of a blackout poem that I made. This was from a Costco newsletter thing that they sent out, their little magazine. So this is just a creative outlet. I think that the magazine, the National Geographic I got the other day, will end up in here a bit. So I would like to do a page in here or start working on a page in here today as well for some creativity. I also haven't actually done anything in my pocket journal for a couple days, so I should do that as well. So yeah, balance of creativity and consumption, and I think it will balance pretty well throughout the day. And maybe we'll watch another episode of Spy Family today. I wasn't sure how it was going to be. Episode 1, not bad. Jared didn't hate it, so we'll try a couple more episodes, see how it goes. I think that the manga is a little cuter than the anime, but oh well. So we'll maybe consume that yet as well. But I think that's mostly it for the day, other than I have a couple more letters for my letter ledge to cut out and then laminate and then cut out again, because every time I make a new quote I'm missing a letter or two, and so this time the very last letter was a Y and it already had too many Y's, so I needed more, so I will do that as well. But that's kind of the plan for the afternoon. I honestly think while I like to do work first and then rest, I think I'm going to actually try out the game first, because my kids can't do screens right now, so that means I can quickly steal a Switch, try it out without feeling too guilty, and then later I'm gonna do my editing while I drink a hot cocoa to make that a little bit more fun. That's my current plan for the first part of my day, or afternoon, which kind of feels like my day only starts after school is done.
Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest of times. We still stand strong. Through pavement we will grow. Forever we will grow.
Welcome to another high anxiety day. It's been good for the last couple weeks. And then last night, this morning, the first grader just didn't want to go to school so bad, so much more than normal. And it's so hard sending a kid to school every day whose anxiety is just like going higher and higher, when you would love to be able to homeschool them anyway. Yeah, so I've been reaching out to social workers today, trying to figure out what to do. Not really getting very far. So I think that's just really weighing on me. I feel really bad for him. But today I was hoping to relax a little bit, but there is some additional construction happening by our place tomorrow that we were made aware of, that I'm thinking I might want to film what I was going to film tomorrow today, because the noise and stuff might affect it, or I might bump it to Saturday, which I'm kind of leaning towards, but I'm going to regret that on Saturday. So I don't know what today's all going to hold. School went pretty well this morning. I think we've decided to cut out one of the large subjects for my 6th grader each day. So we were doing math, language arts, and science, as well as 2 smaller subjects, and that was taking too long. So we're gonna try 2 out of the 3 each day, and see how that goes. So it saved us some time. And then I need to go to the library. I have a book that's overdue, some books to pick up that need to be picked up by today. And then tomorrow's supposed to be really cold, a high of 12 degrees. So I would like to make some soup, but in order to do so, I need a particular kind of sausage. It's called farmer sausage here, or Mennonite farmer sausage. Jared's family always butchers pigs each year. He helps with that, and we get a bunch of sausage. We intentionally tried to use it all up before we moved, because we didn't want to move a bunch of frozen meat, and now I'm regretting it because I want that for my soup. So I have 2 places that I might check out. The first one is just Co-op. They might have it. It's kind of conveniently located to the library-ish, so I'm gonna check that out. If they don't have it, there is this place called Friesen Bros, which used to be a butcher shop. It's like this big store. It honestly, you know how like Trader Joe's kind of caters towards the, like the vegetarians and the vegans. It's kind of their thing a little bit. Friesen Bros feels like it's got like some of that same vibe, except they cater towards the carnivore. So a lot of meat. And I was thinking, if Co-op doesn't have what I'm looking for, they might have it. I also need potatoes and dill. I'm not sure if I need anything else. So Co-op would be nice because it's a one-stop shop and it's more conveniently located. But if I can't find it all there, then I'll go to Friesen Bros. Trying to get rid of the stress, the anxiety that just is built up. Yeah, so now we will head out and see what we can find. For a quick little library haul. All of these are potential options for my cozy readathon TBR. I haven't created that yet, but options. The next Mrs. Polifax is the Hong Kong Buddha. I don't own it, so I got it from the library. Definitely read this cozy mystery espionage series in order. It really builds off of the previous books. Then MC Beaton, The Quiche of Death. I have heard lots about the series and have never actually tried it, so I'm going to try it. I struggle a little bit about food mystery books, but I'm willing to potentially give it a try. And then A Study in Drowning. This is a fantasy book I don't really know anything about. Had a lot of buzz a little while ago, and I got it out from the library actually before we moved, I think, too. But haven't read it, so another possibility. This morning ended up being a 3-hour wait at the doctor's office. When you go to a doctor in Canada, you know it's going to take a while. I didn't expect it to be that long. I've been to this doctor's office once before and there was only a couple people ahead of us. Today we got there at 9 o'clock when it opened and the line was out the door. And so, yeah, today's not going at all how I had planned. But it is chilly out. It's not quite as overcast as they were originally calling for. And we're at 11 degrees, which is perfect for my soup and bread idea. That also just means we just finished lunch. It means I gotta start supper pretty much right away, but oh well. I'll be thankful for that when we're eating it for supper. Today was supposed to be an adventure day. I was hoping for Fridays to be my adventure days. Thankfully I went to some little free libraries earlier in the week, so maybe that'll count for my adventure for this week because, yeah, this morning it's throwing me off. Also, there's books all over my floor. Partly me purging, partly Tolkien, I think, knocking books down, and then partly kids putting books on my floor, so I need to organize that. So now my plans for the rest of the day are to make soup and bread, and then we are doing our weekly meet with the other couple who is working on planting our church with us. I don't know. I don't know how to like use what kind of terminology to use here. But things are like slowly moving ahead with that. We have an information night we're going to be hosting or doing at another church in a couple of weeks, and things are slowly but surely coming along, which is exciting. And when we keep meeting more and more people that express that there needs to be more gospel-centered churches in Edmonton, especially the area where we live, so that's exciting. One of the perks of being at the doctor's office for like 3 hours is the fact that I got a bunch of reading done. Not as much as I would like, since I was with a kid and trying to entertain them as well, but I mostly have been reading Her Darkest Secret, which is a creepy book. Like, I don't let myself read that past like 7 or 8 p.m. I'm almost done it though. If I have a little bit of time while the soup is going, I might finish that yet today. Really enjoying it though. I'll probably listen to my audiobook while I'm making soup because I'll be peeling a bunch of potatoes. Also almost done my audiobook and enjoying that. Very curious. There was some twists there near the end I didn't see coming, so now I'm curious to see how things wrap up because I don't know how they will. And then I think I'm gonna end the video here. Maybe I'll show you a clip of the soup and bread yet, because that takes me a very, very long time to make. Between peeling all the potatoes and, you know, bread takes a while. So that's gonna be most of my afternoon, and then eat it and go. Thanks for joining me for another week, going on some little adventures, seeing what the week holds. That's kind of every week. This weekend I'm hoping that Jared and I can have an at-home date of some sort. And then for the most part it's a nice quiet weekend, which I'm looking forward to. So thanks for joining me. Let me know what you guys have been up to lately. What kind of adventures have you been on? How long is the wait when you go to the doctor? I'm just curious, especially if you're American. Like, I know our healthcare systems are so very different. There are some benefits to Canada's, but there's some times where I wish I was American for sure. So I just love to hear if you watch this video. Leave me a comment talking about something in the comments. Thanks for joining me.